Vietnamese team on today for product ADR training. Every Friday, we go through this training, and it's really critical because if you don't have your product ADRs as part of your system, as part of your strategy, then you build a house of cards and literally you have zeros all along in your team. And if just one of them fall down, the whole team can collapse and you have zero volumes to show for your efforts of, 3 months or 6 months. And people get so discouraged with that feeling like every month they have to start from zero again and again and again. The opposite is that every month you start on the 5th of the month and you have over, you know, 3,000, 5,000 points of volume on the 5th, like December 5th arrives and you have 5,000 points or 3,000 points, let's just say. How do you feel? Oh, you feel awesome. You feel like, man, this is not difficult. I'm already at Maximizer and I can build my business. So today we're going to be teaching you the most important steps of product ADR. And again, if you've not started on an ADR, we're going to teach you how to start your ADRs, how to get going on your ADRs. So that's today's meeting. Give me 1 second. I lost my. I'm going to leave and come back in, Eric, with my. I lost my pad here. Oh, it's not going. Network error. Oh wow. Could it be that I lost internet or something, Eric? I don't know, but my computer is running.
Alan, can you close the app completely? Like, double click the home button and then swipe it up.
Okay.
And then reopen the app again and see if that helps.
It brought in.
Okay.
1 second, everybody. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so what we are going to talk about today is specific key points that you must concentrate on to get ADRs in your team. Okay, so the number one, I think, thing to understand is that in the sales process, when you're actually doing a meeting, your ADR comes very early in the process. So let's just talk about that for a second. I'm going to talk about before COVID, during the demo time, because I'm most familiar with that. And then we'll talk about it after COVID also. But before COVID, my process was to do a demo, and then to get an ADR right away. So we would demo the product, right? We're demoing Lumi Spa and, the pearls. And the people go, wow, that's a big difference. They look in the mirror, they're like, wow, that's a big difference. And we say, so do you want one? And they say, yeah, I think I do want one of these. So we actually sell them one Lumi Spa and an ADR for the products they're going to use every month. So how we do that is we tell them, look, if you get this product, you're going to need activators every month. So the activator is also guaranteed. If you can promise me you will use this product for 3 months, can you promise? So this is really important that you ask for a promise to use it for at least 3 months. And they say, yes, I promise I'll use it for at least 3 months. Then I will be able to get you on an ADR, which will give you in the US, maybe not in Vietnam, in the US, it'll give you a guarantee on the product. So the key is the guarantee, and it'll give you special discounts. So this product runs at retail. This price is 30% off plus an additional discount because you're going to get points every month. So this is you get it at wholesale price, and you're going to get it a little like some bonus things with each time you purchase. So anyway, this is what we're going to get you. So we're going to get you the product. Here's the Lumi Spa, and here's the ADR, and we get them. Now we always put the ADR on the 5th of the month. On the 5th of the month is when we actually, 5th of the month, that's when we actually place the ADR. So, right around now, this time of the month, perfect. You get an ADR, you place it on the 5th. But towards the end of the month, it's sometimes difficult to place it because it's only like 5 days away and they're going to receive their next order. So you can do one of two things. You can place it 1 month later, or you can just tell them, look, it's good to have a little bit of inventory, a little stock of one of these tubes, because just in case you're doing a demo or you're using it, or someone else in the family might want to use it, you have a little extra. So we're going to place this order the 5th of the month, and then after this, every month it'll come in on the 5th. Okay, this is how we do it now. So we start with the demo, we do the ADR, and then we then show them the business. We show them how they can get the product for free, and we show them the business, and then we ask them to join. Okay, so we demo the product, we then show them the money, we ask them to join after getting their ADR. So that means in the original system that we did one-on-one, we'd sign them up, fill out all of the paperwork, get them started before we showed them the business. I want you to understand that. This is really a big understanding of our business, because if you don't get that the ADR is actually more important than the LOI, you missed our business. Our business is on this residual sales of products every month. So we then show them the money, show them the business, we ask them to join, and we LOI. When we LOI them, it is usually about 35 minutes. This is about, in a presentation, it's about 35 minutes. And it's very quick to LOI them because they've already filled out all of their information. Their information was given to us on this step right here. Their information, all of their credit card information, everything was collected right here. So we already collected their credit card. We collected all of their monies and everything. We have a form. So when they LOI here, we don't need to fill out any more paperwork. We just change the numbers on the paper. So if you are placing orders online with a note tablet, or you're just placing the orders directly without having a form, you're going to miss this step. you're gonna screw it up. Okay, so get their information on paper or whichever way so that you don't have to do it online. Okay. Now, did you guys understand that? That means that we had collected all of their information, step two. So when they LOI, we just changed the number from one kit to, a business kit and I don't know, Nutricentials, whatever it is, but we change it to 1,000 points. They already have the ADR placed already. It's done. So most of the time, if you're not getting ADRs, it's because you are not doing that step number two. That is the mistake. You're not doing this step right here. Okay, that's your important step. Okay, now if you do the 35-minute presentation and get them to sign up and LOI, now you will have time to do top 5 name lists, which is number 5, top 5 name lists. And this is so we can drive the line. So if you're taking more than 35 minutes to present, you will not have time to get top 5 name lists. Yes. If you took an hour, for sure, you're not going to get top 5 name lists. It's about speed. Because with that speed of presentation, you will have enough brain left to create top 5 name lists. And it might not be top 5, it might be top 2, top 1, their brother-in-law, one person, whatever. But at least you have somebody to work with really quickly right away. And once we get their top 5 name lists, we set up a starter packet. And we set up the meeting after the meeting, the second meeting, which is known as NDO, or New Distributor Orientation, in Spanish, OND, Orientation Nuevo Distribuidor. I don't know what it is in Vietnamese, but the second meeting, right? This is also known as the 48-hour training. And this is where you explain this second meeting is where you explain a little more detail about the ADR, about how to manage it. And this is where you explain like, okay, look, you can change it anytime. You can cancel it. You can skip months. I will call you every month to just check if you have enough products, and if you want to adjust, I can help you with that, or you can do this online. So it's really at this time that you start to teach them how to manage their ADR, or ARO, right, in Vietnam. So it's most likely that you're missing this step here, number 2 step, you're missing this step right here. And most likely you're not collecting the information at this step. You're not collecting their information at this step. So if you saw us do a demo, so I'm going to bring this back to online in a second, but offline, if you saw us do a demo, we do the demo, we show them the mirror, we collect their order. They don't even see a meeting happen yet. It's like, was that it? That was it? You're done? Well, do you want to learn how to get it for free? So this is the transition step. Do you want to get it for free? Do you want it? Do you want to learn how to get this for free or paid for? Let me show you the business. This is when we show them the business. Okay. So they say, well, yeah, I'll look at it. So then we show them the 5 points. The 5 points is, the trends, the technology, the products, the company, the leverage, the timing, right? The 5 points. Maybe a little nourish the children, and we ask them to join. That's when we do the 5 points. And then we ask them to join. We show them the beautiful me plus 2, the beautiful, beautiful rich, me plus 2. Then we ask them to join. And if they want to LOI at 1,000 points, they're really interested, great. 1,000 points. They need more information, great. We'll give them more information. They're not interested, great. We still got an ADR. Okay? That is the process. So if you look at this process, probably you'll be saying, I'm making one of 3 mistakes. So I want you to write down on a note paper which mistake you're making. We call this a 0, like you're not doing this. And number 1 mistake, you're not collecting the ADR for the 5th of the month as the second step. Okay? The second mistake, I'm taking too much time to do my presentation. I'm more than 35 minutes. I'm like an hour. I'm an hour and a half. Oh my God, you're dead. Okay? You will never get top 5 name list, and your drive the line will never be fast. It'll be very slow. And number 3, I'm not doing a 48-hour training. Those are the most typical mistakes. So if you're making mistake number 1, put a number 1 in the chat for me. If you're making mistake number 1 and 2, put a 1 and 2 in the chat. Or if you're just making mistake number 2, put number 2 in the chat. And if you're making mistake number 3, I'm not doing the 48-hour training, then put 1, 2, and 3 in the chat. Oh my God, Mike Don, 1 and 2. Oh my God, 1, yeah. So at least by identifying what you're not doing. Oh my God, Grant, no 48-hour training. I cannot even imagine that. So let me give you some ideas what happens when you don't do these steps. Starting from step number 3, I don't do 48-hour training. Usually, if you don't do 48-hour training, which is step number 3, right? I'm talking about number 3, 48-hour training, or NDO, when I'm not doing an NDO, new distributor orientation, normally what happens is you don't keep your team. You sign a lot of people up, but you don't keep them. So you sign people, you lose them. You sign people, you lose them. You sign people, you lose them. And remember that drive the line happens at the speed of trust. This is where you build trust. So this should always be done one-on-one, one-on-one, one-on-one 48-hour training, one-on-one. So I know we're going to do fast start training this Saturday. Every Saturday, first Saturday of the month, we do fast start training. That does not replace your one-on-one NDO. That is like super critical if you want to keep your team members, because you start building trust, a relationship of trust. And this is where people ask their questions. This is one of the most important things. They ask questions. So if you don't give them an opportunity to ask their most difficult question, and let's say their question is, I'm not sure if I can really do this business. And they have a serious, like that seriously inside of them. If there's 5 people in the room, they probably will never ask that question. Really. It's too embarrassing to ask a question like that when 5 people are there. But when you're by yourself one-on-one, and it's somebody, especially a friend or somebody you know, they're going to maybe ask you that question, like, can I really do this? I mean, like, really, is it possible? I have a full-time job. I have kids. Can I really do this? How do I do this? And it is so important that you just answer that question from your heart. Yeah, I know how you feel. I felt the same way, but what I found, feel, felt, found is a great way to answer that question or that obstacle. But, whichever way, it has to come from your heart of hearts so that you build trust. This is how you do it. And, and just explain to them, we're going to be using the products. We want you to get great results. So, let's start. I'll teach you how to do this. This is where you teach them how to use the products. Sometimes, so when we're doing this online, we call this training the box opening ceremony. Box opening ceremony. They receive their products in the mail at their front door. We do a box opening ceremony, and that is the 48-hour training or the new distributor orientation. Box opening ceremony. We open the box together. We start taking everything out. Okay, this is your gel. This is how much you use. Let's go try it, and we do it together. We're building trust. We're building a relationship. Box opening ceremony, okay? That's how we do that online. Okay, so let's take this into the online world. Same steps, but online. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start with our Zoom. So we do our Zoom presentation, right? We're doing the Zoom and we're showing them the company, the products, the 5 points. And we ask them at the end of this, what's their interest level? We haven't showed them the money yet. We have not showed them the money yet. We've showed them the 5 points and we think, what is their interest level? They say, you know what, I'm pretty interested in this product. It looks pretty good, or I'm not interested, right? So 0 to 4, they're not interested. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye. Okay. 5, 6 questions. And when they start asking questions, you say, are you more interested in the product or more like in the business? What do you think? And have them answer ask questions and then answer questions and ask questions to them. Just have a conversation about that. Okay, so remember that this Zoom should be a one-on-one Zoom. One-on-one Zoom, okay? If it's not a one-on-one Zoom, they came to a public Zoom, then bring them to a one-on-one Zoom after the meeting after the meeting, okay? So you answer their questions and ask them more questions, okay? So questions and answers. And number 3, set up their product order. Set up their product order, whatever they want. Set up their account. They may or may not want to order right at that exact second, but set up their account, set up their product order, set up their website, depending how advanced, how interested they are, set it up, get it done. And then you can set up a second Zoom, or you can do it right there to show them the money. So this is our Me Plus 2. Show them how they can make money, how this works. Show them the compensation plan again, show them all of the details, and then number 5. LOI them, top 5 names. Set up the 1-hour training. The NDO or 48-hour training. And then get them a starter packet. Which is our system. Okay. These are the steps if you want to take screenshots. I mean, you can do that, but these are the steps online. So Zoom, 5 points is your first step. What's their interest level? Not interested? Questions or 7 or above? Oh, sorry, I missed that. Seven or above, sign them up. Set up a product order. Set up an account for them. Then show them the money. Me Plus 2 plan. And if they are interested, LOI them. Top 5 names. Set up a 1-hour NDO, 48-hour training, starter packet. So, we have to go through a lot of people to get people to LOI. Understand that. So that's why our beginning of our business, pretty much almost everybody we talk to tends to join the business. They're very warm. But our real business starts after 3 months. After 3 months, you're calling people and they're not so easy to join. They're not as warm. They're not as close to you. And it's a little more tricky, a little more difficult. If you're doing the business online with cold contacts, you got to, do a lot of presentation. That's why we call it the 3 threes. 3 new contacts a day, 3 presentations a day, and 3 new ADR clients every week. 3, 3, 3. 3 new contacts a day, 3 presentations a day, 3 new ADR clients a week. Okay? That's the reason why we have 3, 3, 3. And I tend to talk about it like 3 threes, like as if it's one sentence, but it is not. It's 3, 3, 3. 3 new prospects a day, 3 presentations a day, and 3 new clients every week. 3, 3, 3. Okay. So with that, anyway, what are you guys learning? Give me a response in the chat.
Alan, question.
Yeah.
The online, when you're doing the Zoom, the 5 points, you're not going through the whole presentation, that one-on-one, you're just going over the 5 points only?
We usually go over the whole presentation, but we don't go through the money.
We just don't go through the money. Okay. And so the time frame that's what I was going to ask. What's the time? The same 35 minutes?
25 minutes.
25 minutes. Okay.
this up to here, this part should be about, and maybe up to here is like 30 minutes. And set up the product order. This is like usually 45 minutes. And that's the reason why usually this step is like the next meeting. That's the second meeting. If you did it fast enough, you got all of their information and they were ready, you can do this in the last. So then this is the next meeting. This could be the next meeting too. Eloy them, top 5, set up 1 hour, start a packet. Then you do a 48-hour training NDO like the next day. Or you could do it as a box opening ceremony. I usually do an NDO directly, like within 12 hours after the LOI. For the people that want to build the business, they LOI. I do it within 12 hours. But if they are just a client, customer, I do the NDO when they receive the box. I do a box opening ceremony. So if they're more focused on product, I'm going to do the NDO kind of as a box opening ceremony. But if they're more focused on the business, I do an NDO right away for top 5 nameless and drive the line. I didn't say that too fast, but that's how I determine that. Okay, guys. Well, thank you for your day today. Tonight we have our product love at 7 p.m. Pacific. Product love, we have a whole gang of people coming in for product love. And tomorrow, 12 noon, we have Dr. Paul Cox, our new skin ethnobotanist. I mean, just an amazing guy. So product love tonight. So best gift ideas, you're going to have a lot of good ideas there. And then fast start training with Dr. Paul Cox. I mean, really an amazing day. We're going to give him like maybe nearly an hour to kind of get us to understand the real background of New Skin. I mean, like natural products, all of the, ethnobotanists go into indigenous cultures in places like the Aboriginal jungles of Australia, or even tougher places where there's headhunters and things like that, living in, the natural environments in Tahiti, for example, and then making us amazing products, going to Africa and finding the baobab tree and making us baobab body butter and our shampoo, Avapuhi Moni shampoo, it's amazing. I think of that because, being from Hawaii, we know what is an Avapuhi Moni. Basically it is a beautiful flower that grows along the river, and you squeeze it and the polysaccharides come out and you can wash your hair with it. Well, that smells amazing, and that's what our Avapui Moni shampoo is. There is competitors that have sold Avapui shampoo spelt incorrectly. They use the wrong type of ginger plant, and they use the wrong part of the plant to make the ginger shampoo. I mean, it's like they use the wrong plant to begin with, and they use the roots. None of us would ever use the roots to put on our hair. So it's like, it's so amazing, our company. and Dr. Paul Cox is the leader in ethnobotanists. And I got to meet some of his partners also in Hawaii, and they changed our lives. I mean, really, Dr. Paul Cox will change your life tomorrow. And also talking about the force for good and the initiatives that we're doing around the world to help indigenous cultures and people, actually, just people in general. And how, that, translates into a sustainable Nourish the Children program as well. So, I mean, there's a lot of good things tomorrow. Fast start training, 12 noon Pacific. Okay, guys? We'll see you guys. Have an incredible day. Thank you for coming on. We had a gang from Vietnam on with us too. Thank you for staying with us for the gang in Vietnam. It was a great training. I love it. Thank you. Aloha.